But we are doing international stuff, and we're going to take our freedom, and we're going to unite this country, and we're going to free every Australian from the tyranny of this corporation impersonating a government. And we are going to set up a governance system that keeps the wealth here and looks after us. We're going to set up our own governance system that is owned by us, controlled by us, and is there to serve us, not us serve it. And we are not going to stop. And we're already doing it with Brother Darren, Ulikai. We got Cody up in Wongan Jugalingu country on country over 500 days, standing up against Adani. He's looking for the My Place mob in his area already. They're going to sign a compact agreement. When we have our PMA set up, and we have a social compact agreement, and we have our councils, then we have a society. It's that simple. Yeah. We don't have to fight. We don't have to fight the system. We don't have to fight what we can create. International law says the tribal people can set up our own governance and self-determine our affairs. Now, self-determining our affairs means that we invite non-tribal people to come and be a part of our society and work with us, not under us, not controlled by us, but have our PMAs, our councils working together, and then in collaboration and unison, working together to create healthy industry that doesn't damage the land. And we will create so much prosperity for this entire nation and the future generations that by the time all of us on here leave this planet, the children will be set up. The future generations will be set up, and they will have good air, good water, good food, and a governance system owned by them, controlled by them, that serves them. That's our responsibility to our babies that can't fight this fight. So I'm calling on that unity for every Australian people, every Australian person of every culture and race to unite, get on board with the My Place councils, come and stand with the sovereign councils, and let's just take it. We don't have to fight them. We just create. When we create,
better.
When we create, I mean, look, you're playing for Hawthorn and you want to go play for Essendon. What do?
Never.
You get a clearance. I know you wouldn't, Pricey.
Not to Essendon. Tracy will hate me for that.
Well, let's say you're playing. All right. Well, let's say you're playing for Essendon and you want to go play for Hawthorn. You get a clearance, right? Well, we set up our own councils. We set up our social compact agreements with our tribal councils. We enter into a pactum, okay, and we swear an allegiance to us, the people, right? And we walk. It's that simple. And then we create abundance.
And that's
look, I know. Sorry. No?
That's why the tribal people are such a threat, because it's only through you that we can do that. I just wanted to
every law, everything they're doing here is all null and void because they didn't have any jurisdictional authority from the beginning. That's why they wrote it into the 1900 Constitution, Section 5126, stated clearly that these laws apply to everybody of every race except people of the Aboriginal race, because they knew that we already had a law. First in time, best at law. So I'll just take you over to this board. We talked about this today, funny enough. We did a live and Pricey jumped on it.
Is that why the Indigenous people around the world are all being targeted? Because they all have that same ability that the Aboriginal people have here in Australia.
Yes. 100%, my sister, because it's like this. In 2017, the Pope said, hang on, I'll take it off the board while I'm talking. In 2017, the Pope said, the only hope for the planet is Indigenous sovereignty. And the reason he said that is because the tribes are the only people that don't have a binding contract with this corporation. So we are the ones who have the right to push back. Now, we're not pushing the Australian people out of here. We're pushing the foreign corporate dogs out of here. And we're saying to the Australian people, now let's stand together, let's create something in unison, and let's walk together. That's what we're doing. We're not going to kick people out. We're not going to remove people from their homes. In fact, we're going to tell the foreign corporate bankers, your fraudulent banking loans that you've put on people on dwellings that are on tribal land is a fraud. It's like me stealing Pricey's car and then renting it to you to drive, right? It's a fraud. Now, we're not saying we're going to kick people out. What we're saying is the bankers should go, those fraudulent debts should go, and enjoy your home. Know that your family and your children are safe. And then we work it out from there. We go forward from there. So So to everyone out there that's got fear, oh, if the black fellas take it all back, they're going to kick us out. Not the case. We're actually going to free you of your debt. We're going to free you of the tyranny, and you and I are going to sit down together as amicable, respectful people, and we're going to enter into social compact agreements, and we're going to work our way forward. So I'm going to ask you three beautiful people a couple of quick questions. Do you three want to be free of the tyranny of this corporate government impersonating a government harming us all?
Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Okay. Do you three want to have a governance system and a way forward to look after all Australians together?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you three want to protect the children?
Oh, 100,000%.
On my life.
On your life? Beautiful. Would you three like to see the future generations have good water, good food, and good air?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's not go any further. Let's stop at those, right? Now, what we
Yep.
just did is we just entered into a social compact agreement.
Mhm. Mhm.
So what we're saying to people is groups can establish their private members associations. That's all the police and the fireys and all them are. These government bodies are all PMAs. So establish your PMA. Through your PMAs, our PMAs can enter into social compact agreements with each other and the tribes. Now, when the PMAs enter into social compact agreements, that becomes a pactum. When we have a pactum and we have a universal agreement, then we have a society. Under tribal law, we can legitimize all the councils like Darren's setting up, and therefore the people will be in control of the councils that have been legitimized by the tribes, and in return can work together with the tribes to create the future.
Mm.
It is really that simple. All it requires is for people to see the simplicity in it, and all of that's backed by international law, and they can't stop us, and that's why they're scared of us. That's why the Pope said the only hope for the planet is Indigenous sovereignty. That's why I've looked at this for 20 years from a black and white perspective: Western law, tribal law, statute law, common law, every law. And as it says in the United States Department of Defense International Law of War and Occupation document, it's a 1,700-page document, last amended in 2016. That document says very clearly that statute overrides common law, and the only thing that overrides common law is the returning sovereign. And upon the returning sovereign advising the belligerent occupiers to stand down, they must enter into a peaceable treaty and hand it back. So we've done that. We've done 2 ceremonies, one in Darwin, one in Alice Springs. We've done a declaration and a proclamation advising the belligerent occupiers that they must stand down, and we have returned. Upon us returning, we're putting our hand out to the Australian people to say, walk with us. When you walk with us and we create our social compact agreements, then we have a governance system that we all agree to that can go forward, that is legitimised by the only law that has any standing here, that no one internationally, the World Economic Forum, the bankers, Bill Gates, that genocidal person, and everybody else cannot do anything about. No one can stop us. All we need is, we just did it. We just entered into a social compact agreement, the 4 of us.
We just need to get involved and to take action and actually step forward and do this, and not just watch this and not do anything, but to actually make the move. Yeah.
And it's not hard, you know, the truth is simple, you know, and this is, like they want us to think it's all hard and all, you know, convoluted, but it's not. We just got to agree that we want to live the same way, and then we just need to do it.
That's right.
That's it.
Thank you so much. That has been brilliant information, Lurnpa, and I just encourage everyone to really listen to what you've said and to really step forward and take action, and then encourage everyone in your community to do the same, form groups and do that. So is there any final words you'd like to share? We don't want to take you away from your special camp time more than we need to. So is there anything you'd like to end with, Lurnpa?
Yeah, there is. Let me just show you something quickly, because this is powerful and important, and this is what we covered today. Firstly, I just want to thank everyone in advance who may donate to help me and my children defend my family. Again, help my children. Even if you doesn't matter about me. I just want my children safe. They can do what they want to me. I'll come out and I'll fight no matter what. But help my children, and I just want to thank everyone in advance for that. I just want to share this with you. There it is. You see that?
Yeah.
That's our ancient government. That's their current system.
Yeah.
One top dog controlling all of that. When you look over here, This is my father's country, the Yolngu Nation. 12 clan groups. Golpu is the birth clan group. Every single clan, when they are discussing business, no matter what it is, has say into here. Say into here. And then it comes into here.
Hi everyone, Medina here from Arise Humanity, and I have some very thrilling news actually. So I have been in communication with the wonderful Lurnpa, David Cole, a tribal man from Darwin, and we have decided to create workshops with tribal wisdom. And there are many reasons for this. One of the major ones is to build a bridge of knowledge, wisdom, and communication between the tribal people of Australia and other people within Australia and also around the world. There are so many incredible sharings that Lurnpa will be able to offer, along with other tribal people, tribal teachers, tribal elders that he's in contact with. And we're going to start with a workshop where he is going to talk about ancient knowledge of ancient customs, tribal customs, and where some information about where the knowledge was about Australia that has been lost. And it's absolutely fascinating. I heard some of it, he told me about some of it, and I won't mention any here, but this will be in the 90-minute workshop. So this will be building bridges of knowledge and wisdom and information between cultures. And I think that's so important right now. Also, it will be offering a platform for Lurnpa to be able to also bring some funding in for his situation, which we described in the previous video. And that was with Darren Price and Cambell Purvis. And if you want to look at that, it will talk about what that is in relation to. I have to be a little bit circumspect with my words here on YouTube. And so these will be wonderful opportunities, a 90-minute workshop of information, full of information about, lost knowledge, and even some knowledge that hasn't really been shared in these types of forums before. I'm not aware that I know of any online workshops like this for tribal wisdom. And because Lurnpa has a position in the tribal community in Australia that many people are connected with, and has a huge network, and he has been given, permission to be spokesperson for many tribal people in Australia. So this is going to be incredible, and he can bring in people that he thinks have amazing knowledge and wisdom of the tribal culture that can share with us. So I'm super excited about this. It could really be an opportunity to, unite the people, which is one of the major missions of why we're setting these workshops up. So please support this initiative. It's going to be profound on many levels and just needs people to support it as well. And so we hope to see you there. The links are below for the first workshop on the 1st of March 2023, Brisbane time, 6 p.m, which is 7 p.m. in the southern states of Australia. And we hope to see you there. Please share also this information about these workshops. And I myself am extremely excited to learn as much as I can about our wonderful tribal family here in Australia that we can learn so much from. And here is a wonderful opportunity. So thank you so much for listening, and have a beautiful day. Bye.